Hey, this is Chuck, and you are listening to Fans with Bands, the podcast where we talk to the fans and the bands they dig about life, music, and whatever the hell else we want to talk about. Today on Fans with Bands, we are talking to Slumlord Radio. Check it out. Hey, this is Chuck with Fans with Bands, and I am talking to Michael, Tommy, and Matt from the band Slumlord Radio. And I also have fans, Cindi and Darrell, who are fans of Slumlord Radio. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much for joining you guys. So we might as well get to know each other and become friends. Not that we were before, but so let's kind of just go around and introduce each other. So Cindi, I'll start with you.
Why me?
I know. It does.
I'm on the spot, yo.
That's you, bro.
I'm Cindi. I'm a Gemini. I like slow walks on fast sidewalks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How do you know the guys in Slumlord Radio?
I don't know. Grand Rapids, I suppose. Tommy, how did we meet?
You stabbed me outside the tip top with that bottle.
Oh, right. Oh, right. Gotta go.
Yeah. I got those like 10 stitches across. I'm good now.
It's fine, man. Sorry about the hepatitis. Oh. I don't just give that to everybody, just to let you know.
That's great.
It keeps on giving.
Yeah, it does. I mean, no, it won't.
And Darrell, how do you know the band Slumlord Radio?
Well, I'm in the band Paper Planecrash, so we're actually on White Elephant Records. So I've gotten to know Tommy as he's been in the studio.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
I've been digging everything I've been hearing from these guys.
That is awesome. So is everybody like co-located? Are you guys all on the west side of the state pretty much? Is that true? Grand Rapids, Big Rapids?
Yep, Big Rapids for us, but I'm actually right down the road from the studio right now, so.
Oh, cool. Awesome. And Slumlord Radio, is it true that you guys are from Sweden?
Originally. Not anymore, though. For tax purposes.
Yeah, I love that story. Like, I think it was like one of the, when your first album, you had that video, and that was kind of the background story. And I was like, seriously, from Sweden? And I was like, and then I was like, oh, fuck, you're just fucking with me.
They said that at the festival I came to too. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
I think that's where I heard it first, actually. Yeah, because I think first time I saw you guys was at Winter Beer Fest. I think it was 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago. Shit, can't remember. And I was, dug your show and thought it was awesome. And I could have swore you said you were from Sweden. I think I had to go like Google it right away. I'm like, who the hell is this band from Sweden? And why are they in Michigan?
Why don't they have accents?
Yeah.
Yeah. We worked hard to get rid of those accents.
Right.
It's a northern accent.
Yes. So how did that story, I mean, did you just like think it would be this was a fun angle, or how did that come about? I'm just curious.
We were playing somewhere one time, and there was people we knew, and like I thought it'd be funny, and I just said it or somewhere else actually. People were like coming up to me later, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are from here?" I'm like, "Man, you've known me for 20 years. Like, the hell you mean? Like, if I'm from Louisiana?" Like, I was like, but and then it got funny, and then there were times it wasn't. We played Plant one time, and the lady was like, "You guys aren't from Sweden." She had like a lead pipe or something. Mad. Yeah, she was pissed.
Don't be claiming Sweden, you sons of bitches.
Yeah, she was pretty angry about it. But, yeah.
That's awesome. I saw that you guys recently, well, I think it was not recently, that recent, but September, you did a show out in Grand Rapids. Is that true?
Yeah, we did a festival. I'm sorry, like a little benefit. They had like a little benefit for Hal, who had passed away, musician that always had done stuff out here. And his son Jesse and Rocky King. Like a festival. They did a really, really good job. They kept everything really above board, but they did it for,
I was curious, like, how did that go? As you know, in the age of COVID, it's very tough. And I know I've been to a couple of like outdoor shows, I was just curious how that went and
Yeah,
how
it
you
was,
felt about it.
it was pretty well managed. 2 floors, 2 stages. There was an outdoor section. Basic security check type thing on the way in, temperature check. They were good about, sticking to the rules, mandating masks and stuff, and not at the table. And overall, it went really well.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Seemed like they did a good job of keeping everything on track, and it went really smooth. It was for the Hell Beverage. It's a scholarship, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. He always does a music scholarship. So for kids that are interested in music going to college, and so it was cool. And like I said, Jesse, they kept everything. I mean, it was a great event. I mean, they did a really, really good job of keeping everything above board.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was not above board. It's in the past,
Right.
No.
Well, and I know that some clubs are actually limited capacity things, and I was kind of wondering, like, what do you guys think about, like, because I've seen a couple of streaming shows. Have you guys thought about doing any of that, or does that even appeal to you? Just like filming a show with nobody there?
We considered it, but I don't know. We're pretty fucking loud, so it's difficult to translate onto video.
I was going to say it would be hard to translate that live energy, and just to be playing to a camera, but I don't know.
Yeah. And another problem we have is we're pretty handsome in person, and but not so photogenic.
The video dulls it a little bit. You want something feel short.
Like we're pretty unphotogenic. So actually, like if you see pictures and maybe like, okay, we're like
10 times.
Yeah. Right, Cindi and Darrell? Isn't that true? Or?
Right.
Yeah.
Good answer.
You know how hard it is to come to a show and not fondle those guys? It's so hard.
I'm still wondering how they gave you guys a clean bill of health to get into the club.
Yeah. Yeah, that's questionable. But, our passports.
Right. That's what it was. The passports, because you were from a foreign land. They were like, they got to be good.
I'm also questioning how those haven't been revoked yet.
Right. Yeah.
You gotta grease the right wheels. You ain't got anything to keep moving.
When you know the right people, man. When you know the right people, it's just.
You're on White Elephant, Talk to them.
Yeah. So I was going to ask that too. So I must have missed an announcement, but so when did you become part of White Elephant Records, and what does that mean for Slumlord?
Oh man, about a year and a half ago, we did a single with Redstone Souls. We did a vinyl split.
Yeah.
So we went with Jim and I went up and recorded up there and put it out on their label. Also, Todd from Silver Maples was the one doing the vinyl.
Yeah.
The songs we put out on White Elephant. So.
Cool. Yeah, I have that split. And it's really good. The Redstone Souls album's awesome. Your guys' stuff sounds awesome. And is that when you did the cover of, recorded the cover of Iggy?
Yeah. Jeremiah did all that. He did a great job. We were really happy with how that came out.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. It's fantastic.
So put the originals on the 45, and then the cover version, I think it's online only for now. We got some CDs of the single with both songs if we ever play a show and you can see us and actually buy one. But
right, yeah, that would be the other tough thing about doing online streaming things is the merch. It's pretty tough to get the merch unless you're like super industrious fan and want to jump in and get on your.
We're not that organized.
Yeah. So Darrell, I heard you say that your band is also on White Elephant.
Yep, we're actually one of the first few that's on there, but we're still in progress on that album.
Oh, cool.
We took a short hiatus, but we are now jumping back into it. So we're really excited to, at some point, get back out there and hopefully play a show with these guys.
Awesome. That'll be cool.
I am not on that label.
I was going to say, Cindy. Yeah, what's going on with this?
I'm pretty sure they don't want rockabilly bands, but I'll start my my doom band, and then I can go ahead and do that.
I look forward to hearing that, to be honest.
I have been trying. I can't find anybody to do it. I already have a band name, but don't want to talk about me. We'll talk about you.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is a conversation for all of us. So I want to flip it around and give you guys the opportunity to ask some questions of the Slumlord Radio fan.
Oh, the question? I can't.
So I'm curious to know how you guys are able to manage all that charm and charisma and still keep that dirtbag aesthetic that we all love so much.
Ooh, why did you take my question?
You know, honestly, we're asked that all the time, and there's no good answer. It's just a fine line you have to walk.
I'll accept that.
Years of practice. Yeah. Stylist.
That's awesome. So, you know, I was curious, like, what are you doing? Like, obviously, still practicing, still promoting the band. But in this downtime, when you can't really do a bunch of shows, what are you doing to stay active and kind of get that, at least some sort of feel for getting your creative energy out there?
Oh man. Well, Mike said baby. I mean, that's pretty creative.
That's super creative. That's the ultimate creative, really. It's
congratulations. I did it by myself.
Wasn't it immaculate conception? No? Oh. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So are you guys like working on new tunes? Are you thinking about doing a recording or just jamming and staying sane?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna hopefully record, have something out by next year. Just building stuff. We've been building like a hot air balloon and stuff. And
seriously?
What? What?
Yeah.
Just building a hot air.
We'll drop it over by your house in Hazel Park there.
You gonna float down? I gotta put a big X on the roof. Then, damn it, got a landing spot.
No, seriously, you're building is that real?
Yeah, you get the first trip. You get the first trip.
Oh, the first one, yeah.
You're gonna drop cassette taped bricks or
well, I mean,
promo materials.
We did all pretty good in shop class, I think. I mean, I think we're all
pretty handy,
reasonably good carpenters.
Don't be alarmed if the paperwork says test pilot. It's just
Where do you get the balloon? Like Amazon? Do you just order it like hot air balloon thing? Is that what you look up?
No, we got it from the same dude who got your perfume for the cards, for your band cards.
We bought it in a van down by the river.
Dude, is that why he can't sell me my perfume? Because he's too busy making you a damn parachute or whatever.
Yeah, I bought that book, How to Make It, and then he had a guide how to fix an 85 Camaro, like the old booklets that you used to get.
Woo! Sweet.
Yeah, so we're working on a new album. It's about time. We haven't had one in a while. Mm-hmm. So we released that single and everything on White Alpha, and then we'll have a new album out next year.
Awesome. That's good.
We're going to get together to practice and jam and just doing different covers and trying stuff to, keep sharp for when everything goes back and we hopefully can play soon.
Yeah. And that's, I don't even know, I can't even think and look into my crystal ball as to when that will be. Hopefully sometime next year, but we'll see.
Do you guys feel like you're evolving musically? Like, are you expanding in new directions? Do you get that vibe from what you're doing now?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's definitely, I think it's evolved definitely from our first album that we recorded in Flint. We recorded, that was a whole wild experience in and of itself. But this last one, I think the one we just came out with on White Elephant, the 2 tracks, you can definitely tell an evolution from the previous album. You know, I mean, definitely sonic. I mean, it definitely sounds, the best we've sounded. So.
And you guys,
every album has kind of progressed a little. You know, when we started, a lot of people said we sounded like punk, and
yeah, I was gonna say when I first because I bought that first album after seeing you guys, and it definitely has like you can tell you have a punk root to you, but there's there's also that I don't know, it's hard to explain, but you know, other elements are like kind of like a garage rock with even just like straight up just heavy hard hitting rock, but there's definitely a punk element, I feel. Do you guys have that root? Did you start off as kids listening to punk? What was your background as far as growing up, and what were the influences?
Well, I mean, I listened to all kinds of stuff. It was definitely punk, like Ramones, Sex Pistols, Black Flag, stuff like that. But you know, it was a lot of Sabbath and Zeppelin and just hard rock and different stuff. And I listened to all kinds of stuff, and I think all of it influences us because we all listen to a lot of different shit. Stooges, MC5, you know, early proto-punk or whatever you want to call it.
What would be the most unusual thing if like somebody was gonna say, or if you were talking to somebody, I listen to X, and somebody would go, really? What the hell? Like, what would that be for you guys?
Oh man,
Tammy Wynette.
Yeah, George Jones is spectacular. I don't know.
Yeah.
By looking at me, you would think that, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure I heard Tommy answer the phone to a Morrissey ringtone.
I'm a pretty sensitive guy.
How about you, Matt? What's your origins as far as music?
Yeah, I guess growing up, I started playing drums when I was about 10. For me, it was pretty much Appetite for Destruction.
Cool.
And kind of branched into Motley Crue, Sabbath, Zeppelin, like I said, just a variety. It's definitely evolved over time.
Yeah. And Tommy, what about you, man?
Oh man, same. I mean, just a little bit of everything. I think that's why it comes. Just a little bit of everything. I mean, definitely one thing about us is no matter what, there's always just that raw element that's just always there, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
That sort of.
That definitely comes across when you're playing live. When I've seen you at Fuzz Fest, when I first saw you guys, definitely that kind of raw energy,
Yeah.
Is that what, so, getting into music and when you started doing it, I mean, was it, or is it still that rawness, the emotive quality that drives you and like inspires the music?
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
I think so. You always want to, when you get on stage, like, you want to give it your all. You want to, there might only be 10 people there, but 2 of them might never have seen it before. So you want to blow your face off. Bring it.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's just always just that rock center. You know what? It's an odd fact, actually. In my 30s, I can actually jump higher than guitar, believe it or not.
That's because you played heavy guitar.
No, I mean, I actually quite a bit distance. I can jump a lot higher than I used to be able to, which is not bad. You have to come see it for yourself, but
only way to find out.
Contest coming up the next show.
Yeah, no, it's a svelte young man.
Yeah, people who showing up with tape measures, 2.5 feet. That son of a bitch wasn't kidding.
I think you'd be impressed. I think Cindi, Chuck, Darrell, I think you guys would be pretty well. I mean, yeah. When you saw that witch's head, Cindi, you saw me jump.
Yeah. I suppose I probably did. I don't remember. There was a lot of that beer was pretty potent, so I would no.
That's right. You played the Fury Fest, right? Didn't you?
Yeah.
2 years in a row we did.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, so, that was a really good time.
Yeah.
Both years. Really enjoyed that. That was cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, is that when is that? Is it around beginning of September, I think, right?
End of August.
Yeah,
End of
last week
August.
was on Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, I'm trying to think why the hell I've never gone. So it's crazy.
Have it this year?
No, they did can release. So they did the because that's all about their like Night Fury bourbon barrel aged stouts and stuff, and they did a can release for it, but there was no actual festival. So
Yeah, they talked about it, and then eventually they just canceled it. There was just no way. To do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Too many people, you know.
So strange
be hard
how
to
that
control.
works out, because there's a lot of places that are still having them and a lot of places that aren't. You know, and it's just, I don't really know what the criteria is. I just can't figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that the guild festivals were shut down, but there are like thousands of people, and they just didn't want to deal with and I don't even think they could have it for some of them because of the mandates from the state. But yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
even being outdoor, I don't know how they would handle that. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of people. Like,
Right. Yeah. A lot of drunk people.
Well, actually, yeah, because we played the last one in February. Well, yeah, you were there, Chuck.
Yeah.
Last one in February. I think I was. That was almost like our last show.
That
was
was one of our last shows. Yeah.
Yeah. It was probably one of the, I've been to a couple other like outdoor ones since. But yeah, that was like the last like festival that I covered with music. So yeah, it's kind of crazy to think it's almost been, 9 months or something like that. So yeah, pretty soon
that
COVID babies will start.
Weeks ago, and it was weird. It had been at least 6 months since we played. Like, we haven't gone 6 months without playing a show in almost 10 years now. Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Strange.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was weird getting stuff together to go. It's kind of like weird. I was tossing stuff in my car. I'm like,
what am I doing? I forget.
Yeah. Intended purpose. Sometimes I just load it up and I just drive around my neighborhood and then I load it.
Just to get the feeling.
Yeah. Wait till 3 a.m. and then when I come home, I'm like, oh god damn it, toss it in my garage. We have the same feeling.
God.
How am I still doing this?
Yeah.
It's so fucking much tomorrow.
Just go to like a public place and set up, and then have the other band tear down and then bitch how slow they are. Right? Your drummer's taking forever, man. Put it right.
So Cindy, what is your background for music? Like what got you inspired in music, and what was your early influences?
Let's see. My very first, like AC/DC, I think.
Yeah.
I would just sit around and like sit on the floor at my brother's house because he had Highway to Hell.
Nice.
Would drop us off at my brother's, and that's pretty much the only album he had. So my brother and I would just listen to it constantly.
I think that's a good.
Yeah,
at least it's good, right? I don't know.
Right.
And yeah, I did all the 80s stuff, like they were talking about, like Appetite for Destruction and all that good stuff, but punk too.
Uh-huh.
And
cool.
then jazz and blues, because I took the backward route. I was more of like a blues singer before I was rockabilly.
Oh, wow.
I know. You're supposed to go punk, then rockabilly, then blues.
Right.
And the natural aging progression.
Yeah, it's like I thought it was written down somewhere, like a rule book.
I had to go to court. I really did.
Yeah.
Tommy was actually the judge. He threw the book at me, man. It was horrid.
Oh man.
Yeah.
God.
Well, I'll warn you, some of those won't hold up quite in court of law, but yeah. Yeah, my license been revoked a couple times, but
Right.
Too much.
Yeah. I was gonna say maybe you got dispensation from the Pope, so Tommy could be an ordained minister.
Well, he's Swedish. Don't they just pass those things out there?
That's right.
Yeah. Everybody assumes ordained.
So Darrell, what was your origins into music? What was the things you were listening to as a youngster?
Well, I was born in the early 80s, but I didn't really get into music until that early to mid 90s phase. Bush, 16 Stone
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
was a huge one for me. Nirvana, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Probably shows a lot in what my band does with almost the throwback to the grunge. But from there, punk rock, and then kind of coming into listening to the Dirty Americans at the
Cool.
turn of year 2000, such kind of threw me back into classic rock and getting caught back up. So I'm kind of just floating through different genres, and now it's just going back to that rock sound.
Cool.
Part of the reason why I appreciate these guys, they have that raw Motorhead and energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Like I was gonna say, like I think of the MC5 when I think of you guys, because your music has that kind of just like, yeah, you just want to get up and like jump around and party and spill beer on your friends and have a good time.
That's some of our favorite hobbies.
Yeah.
It's better when they're empty.
So what was your so Tommy, what was the very first album you ever bought with your own money?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Was it Morrissey?
Yeah.
And he knows, he just won't admit it. Admit it.
Yeah. There ain't no need to. I think it was Aerosmith actually, man.
Like Rocks or Get Your Wings or the very first Aerosmith album?
No, I think it was the Greatest Hits one. Yeah. See, I wasn't prepared for these type of questions.
Hard getting journalists.
I know. Jesus Christ.
Chuck.
Yeah, you're gonna be writing a review going, "Goddamn guy asking me all these fucking questions." Like, Jesus Christ.
Hey man,
nobody said we'd have to think.
Well, no, because it would have been like a cassette, and now, shit, man. I don't know why I guess actually it would have been like Van Halen. I think it was the one with the red cover.
Diver Down.
Yes, that was it. It was on cassette. Yes.
There you go.
My dad used to listen to them on Flintlock Radio.
Cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
There's my.
There you go. Your answer, Michael. What about you, man? You've had time to think.
First one, the first cassette I remember buying with my own money was Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms.
Awesome.
That's the one. And then at the same time, I might have bought Theater of Pain. Like it was, but I'm pretty sure Dire Straits was the first one.
Very cool. And Matt, how about you?
Well, going with the theme here of the cassette, the first cassette I ever got, took it from the old man, was the Cars Candy-O.
Nice. That's a great album.
A little bit less cool. The first CD I ever bought was Meatloaf. It was the album art that drew me in. I was like, that's awesome. I got to get that.
Yeah, the sound just does not,
hell yeah,
not match that cover.
No, ain't bad.
That was like Bat Out of Hell. Is that the one? Yeah. I looked at that cover many times and I thought, oh, this is going to be fun, because I got into like Maiden and stuff, and I thought, well, oh, maybe this is like some kind of heavy shit, and I dodged the bullet because I was like, I think I heard the song. I'm like, nothing against. I mean, if people love Meatloaf, totally cool. I'm sure the guy's a great guy too. I mean, he was in Fight Club, I think, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so what was your first concert?
Aerosmith, 9 Lives tour was the first like legit concert.
Nice. Tommy?
It was Van Halen at DT. Well,
Really?
Pine Knob. My folks took me, my little sister. We actually put our dog to sleep like that. That's
Oh.
It was like, we did that in the morning, and they're like, all right, kids, we're going to Pine Knob to see Van Halen. It was like, and Jesse was 13. You know what, though? I'm sure he was looking down, and he was glad we had a grand. Some dude took off his pants on the lawn, and my sister was like 10. She was like, my mom was like, she's like, put your pants back on. He's like, all right.
What, like spontaneous pants removal? Just like, did you see?
Man,
Like,
people, you remember the lawn back then, man?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a rock
It was like
show.
the third deck up in Silverdome, man. People just didn't want to act up there.
Up there.
No.
Was I'm trying to remember. Was that Sammy Hagar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our Lady Peace opened, and it rained that whole time, and then when they stopped because they're from Canada apparently,
Yep.
and it rained the whole time, and then when they stopped it, it was done.
Oh.
Nice day from there on out. Yep.
Wow. Yeah, actually, I actually liked Our Lady Peace. I think I saw them at Clutch Cargo back in the day when that place used to be in Pontiac. So it was a good show. Michael, what about you, man?
My first concert was Striper at the Saginaw Civic Center.
Wow, Striper.
Hurricane.
Wow. That is a blast because like how many people actually listen to Striper and then to have actually gone to a show, that's fucking awesome.
And I was, I don't know, 12.
I actually have both Striper, well, the first two Striper albums, so I actually dig that. I listened to it quite a bit.
It was, I was pretty impressed when I was 13 years old. They were fantastic. Shortly after that, I started going to more, but yeah, that was the very first.
The very first show.
Saginaw Civic Center, which is actually a pretty good place to see shows because it's not huge. Like I've seen some good shows there.
Yeah. Is that where Bob Seger was just recently? Was that there?
A couple of years ago now, yeah, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because that was the very first time I ever seen Bob Seger. I was like,
Nice.
Yeah, so it was cool. It's a good show. Greta Van Fleet opened up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. That was. You know what? I don't think it's called the Civic Center anymore. They might have a different.
yeah, it
name.
had some other name.
It's the Dow Event Center.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
My first show was there too.
Nice.
Was it? That's
Where'd
right.
you
You're
see
from Bay City, right?
Yeah, my first show was Blue Oyster Cult, Eldo Nova, and Dockin.
Wow.
That rocks.
Yes. Especially Dockin. Holy crap. Love
That
Dockin.
well, I don't want to sing. I didn't sing. It was all right. It was all right.
It was all right.
But they had that big Godzilla with the beaming eyes, Godzilla. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Darrell, what was your first show, man?
I almost don't want to say. I think I played a show before I ever went to a show, to be honest. I think it was Eve 6 and Splendor.
Oh.
Which I still really love Splendor, even though they're not still going.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Eve 6. Did they recently play like on the west side of the state, like in Muskegon, like a couple years ago?
I couldn't even tell you. They were like a radio pop punk band.
Yep, I'm pretty sure
right
that was
around
the
that
band.
time.
Yeah. So there's this. I don't know if you guys have ever gone. It's pretty cool, and if you guys want to play it, well, I don't know if they're obviously not doing it this year. It's already passed, but it's the Burning Foot Festival. It's like a beer festival. It's right on the beach in Muskegon.
Yeah.
And they have like two different stages, and this is like a real stage. They had I'm pretty sure, I think it was Eve 6 played.
How about Good Journey? They still play regularly.
Yeah, and then they had some band I can't think of now that were big with like in the 90s, did like I'm kind of blanking out, kind of reggae influenced, like rock.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Something with a 7 in it.
You're talking
Oh,
311?
311. That's what it was.
311 might have been 311.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or Jake.
Less Than Jake?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, Less Than Jake. So anyway, it's a cool festival if you ever get a chance. Well, when those things come back.
Maybe in about 2025, maybe.
Shut up.
Oh no, yeah, seriously, it can't be that long.
Hopefully much sooner.
Maybe when we play, we'll be all gray. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. So what is the I know all of you. So Cindi, you are on the east side, right, of the state?
Yeah, pretty much Detroit, like Hazel Park.
Okay. So, and I know you've played over on the west side, right? How do the two sides of the state contrast as far as music scenes? Because I'm always envious of the shows that they have out in Grand Rapids. Just because the venues there seem so much cooler than some of the venues. Like Sanctuary is great, Blind Pig's great. I love Smalls, but some of the other, and St. Andrews is fine, but it's a Live Nation thing, so it's they don't do a whole bunch of local shows. But I'm always impressed with like what I see, at least imagine going on at like Intersection and that place, 20 Monroe, although that's a Live Nation-y thing too, I think. So what do you guys think as far as the contrasting the two sides of the state as far as places to play and crowds and that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Kind of about the same, man. And then we like a lot of the places over on the east side where they're playing there. I mean, but we like a lot of places here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not real different. It's you get each town, Lansing, you get a different vibe than you get in Detroit, than you get in Grand Rapids or say Flint. But yeah, I mean, there's some cool venues over here. The Intersection and 20 Monroe is pretty good. Pyramid Scheme. But yeah, Blind Pig is the playing at the Blind Pig and like the history of that place is just crazy.
Yeah. And then there's Max in
I got thrown across that place. It was wonderful.
No, all right. So how did you get thrown across Max?
I was with what's the dude in the Lippies, you guys? Give me Tommy, who's in the Lippies?
Oh shoot. Man, see, it's Wednesday. I wasn't prepared for questions.
Him, that one dude anyway. So I drove him and Amanda. There and then Cole.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So Cole, I'm standing right in front of the stage, and Cole says, "You may want to move." And the minute he says "move," like I'm gone. I basically circle pitted. I'm gone. I get thrown across the wall. It's like I just like slide down the wall. I finally make it back up to Amanda, and you remember how she was? She was just like, "Where'd you go?" and then she goes and wants to drink on my beer, and I'm like, "It's gone." Like, yeah, that's what happened. It was a DRI. I got DRI'd.
Was it really DRI playing there? Oh shit, those guys that would be pretty intense. Very nice. So I was gonna ask, what do you guys think about oh shoot, just blanked out. I lost my train of thought. Sorry guys. So as far as like discovering new music and listening to things that you that just come up, are you guys fans of like the streaming services? Do you feel that is worthwhile for getting exposure for your music, but also for just discovering new music? Do you use those tools? Do you find them useful, or is it just kind of like you're more old school and like I like to go to the record store or listen to a radio and get that stuff?
The streaming services, like, everybody's gone listening to something on YouTube and then gone down a rabbit hole because they recommend,
right,
weird shit that you wouldn't have come across. But a lot of times I find bands and stuff I like through friends' recommendations and stuff like that. If somebody I know well and respect their opinion tells me, "Hey, check this out," I'm probably going to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, I think what's cool about a lot of the streaming sites is they can, you see a lot of people put together like playlists. Like he put together the playlist as well. Like the Fans of Bands playlist or like a lot of people. So that's kind of neat. So you can kind of check out a lot of what people have compiled. That's pretty helpful. I think. So I mean, that's kind of one of the neat things about it is just to be able to, almost like somebody makes you like an old mixtape. You know what I mean?
Right. How about you guys, Darrell and Cindy? Do you guys use like Spotify and YouTube or any of that?
Yeah, I like searching out things and getting a chance to hear whatever. But if I buy music, I've never bought digital. I
Oh,
always have to have something tangible. Like maybe that's the dirtbag in me that just says if I can't hold it physically, I don't really have it. But it's kind of interesting as it's kind of sussed out the way that musicians operate, as far as you go out and you make your money playing the shows and you do whatever. But when you sell CDs anymore, usually it's people are really beholden to keeping that, and they tend to appreciate it more because of the fact that all this music is free now. It's not like it used to be where you have to put through a lot of filler and stuff. Usually now, if you put out an album, it seems like everybody listens to the entirety of it. They're not going after singles or anything else because they're committed to actually buying an album.
yeah.
They want it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that that's, I found, I remember buying, like, because I'm fucking old, but I remember buying albums, and then you'd get like, maybe like the side A had all the cool songs, and then the rest of them were like, what is this crap? I remember getting a couple of Judas Priest albums, and I love Priest, but every once in a while there'd be like these duds in there. I'm like, what the fuck were they thinking? They just had to fill up a side, I guess.
That was a lot of music.
Yeah, oh yeah.
What?
So yeah, well, at least for me, like Point of Entry, like there are some shitty songs on that album. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Well, when you think about radio singles and stuff like that, and people are
Oh,
buying
yeah.
those so often, they're so far removed from everything else. So people will buy a CD for 2 songs, and everything else is wildly just filler to them.
Yeah.
If it's not a genre type thing, where if you talk about Priest, it's all kind of linear like that, where it has that same vibe and everything else. But say you buy any random one-hit wonder, which was the case in the 80s and 90s, you were stuck with a lot of real weird, bizarre, experimental stuff that was nothing like the singles that you bought.
And they're all in my basement. Thank you. What's that? Buy a penny? What did you get for a penny? What was
Columbia
that?
House?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Columbia House.
I'm a minor. I can't enter into a contract. Good luck getting your money.
I had to pull that trick a few times. But I tell you what, man, there's been a couple days that I remember like clearly, man. I mean, I remember that first time I signed up, and it seemed like it took forever. But when I got that box in the mail, holy shit, man. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that was like,
Those were good days.
oh Lord. That first time it was like 12, man. It was like 12 CDs or something. Holy shit. So, I mean,
That's where I got my first big albums, like really jumped me into music, was things like Bush and Aerosmith's Get a Grip, and even the Tupac double disc and stuff like that. That was a big 1 penny order of just awesome.
well, and folks didn't know because shit, they wouldn't know what was in the box. You know what I mean? So you could order all sorts of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the aside or something, you know? They wouldn't know. I mean, not that my folks cared, but it was
They
like
would have some weird albums too. Like
Yeah.
I actually signed my dog up twice. I totally did too. We did it. I did it once, and then we moved. I did it again. It said that shit. But I remember like going through, and I found Caius in the Circus Leaves Town, and I was like,
Really?
Hell yeah.
like that's. I honestly found some really cool albums that way, like because they were almost free. So
Right. Yeah. I'd totally forgotten about the Columbia House. Yeah.
Well, reversely, you guys remember digging around for import singles for like $45 at the record shop just so you could hear one song
Yeah.
and just hoping that it was as good as you hoped it was?
Yeah. And what was the other thing? The kind of the collector thing, picture discs. They do the
Mm.
you get the made in Japan picture disc, or the blue vinyl Creeping Death, from Metallica, and you're like, oh my God, what a find.
I have no idea what a picture disc is. What is it?
So they used to do like albums that had like a picture on it, like
Oh,
an actual album. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Although they did have, what do they call those, laser disc players? That was back in the day too.
Oh my God, yeah, no kidding. I remember Hidden Tracks. Somebody posted something on Facebook, and it was from Undertow, and it was The Cry of the Carrots.
Oh yes.
Someone posted that today. For them, it is the Holocaust. And I'm like,
right.
Whoa, I forgot all about that. Yeah.
On the Tool one, couldn't you like take the back off the CD or something? Wasn't there something underneath or some shit like that?
Yeah, they had all kinds of like Easter eggs in there.
There's a picture of a cow licking its ass.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh,
you don't remember that? Look it up.
So happy.
Yeah, it was like Undertaker or something. Like, get the back off. Yeah,
it was underneath.
Oh, well, I'm gonna, as soon as this is over, I'm gonna go rummage through my CD, and I had no idea.
We hope y'all learned something today.
Well, now the next question is what are the Slumlord guys gonna do for that perk? That special Easter egg limited edition. You guys thinking on something there?
Oh yeah, there'll be something special, man.
Might have to wait and find out.
Yeah.
Kicking his ass. Kidding.
Our buddy with the van there, we got some special Easter eggs coming.
Oh yeah, the perfume van guy.
The Easter eggs in the album.
Oh yeah.
Wait until 2021.
It's gonna be full on.
Are you just gonna cut it up, put little pieces of sheet metal behind the disc?
Wait,
What the
Scratch's van?
Some
Is
shit.
that like a game worn jersey snippet or something?
Yeah.
Part of the van?
Maybe.
Yeah, you'll see that. You'll be like, oh, I didn't know one of those guys played for the Detroit Lions. Like a jersey, Sanders jersey, our signature or some shit.
It was the late 90s. They were signing anybody.
Oh Lord.
Shit like that.
We've signed some pretty strange merch.
Yeah, there was some giveaway for WGRT. We signed some picture with some band.
I forgot about that.
We signed some. We all signed it like it was like us.
Pick the person that signed on it.
Hey, fuck it.
Definitely one of a kind.
Yeah. That's right there.
They're probably still trying to sell that on eBay.
I'm not sure it made it out of the venue. I think it went straight.
Probably their quality control was like, what the fuck is this?
What happened here?
We played Chicago that time. So somebody had thrown away these, like, the YMCA had thrown some art, like actual art pieces in the trash, and one of our buddies picked it up, and so we're like, well, like we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do with this? So we like signed it. It was like this mountain picture and shit. Like we gave it to people, but it was like this like full portrait, like one of those.
They were kind of nice, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Somebody put some
that would actually be kind of a fun way to like do promotions and merch at your show. You could go dumpster diving beforehand, find some stuff, and then sell, sign it and put it out there, and people are like, holy shit, they sign cans, man.
Did anybody notice hepatitis went full circle on that one?
No, it's from the YMCA.
That's why hepatitis works.
Oh Lord.
Tommy's been known to give away late 80s issues of Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Oh, that's right.
We had that 8x10 of Wolfgang Brimley.
Yeah, we had Mr. T at the Tip Top. I think you were there, Cindy. I think we had that special giveaway for that Mr. Like I got that Mr. T signed picture.
Was that with Black Jake and the Carnies and Leflin Cruiser?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. I think it was. We were playing with those guys.
I was there. I was throwing balls at people.
And the magazines, as my folks were moving, so my mom and dad were like, hey, can you come get some of this shit out of our house? So I had like these old magazines. Kids liked it.
really enjoyed that. I mean, got to see what the NWA was up to in 1988. So it really worked.
Woo!
That is actually an awesome idea. Is just take random things to shows, and you could just sign them and give them away.
We're just gonna have a yard sale sign
Yeah,
at their merch.
that's how we do our house cleaning now.
Spreading joy wherever we go. That's our motto.
Well, that can be like you need to work that into like the theme for like the next tour. So when you're out of state, you can just like it's American Pickers, Slumlord American Pickers. It would be awesome.
Ooh. Wait, can you barter? Can you barter then for stuff?
Yeah,
Hell, of course. Everything's on the table.
I have a quarter. That's what I have. I have a quarter.
You got any of those selling cards?
Mike needs one.
Would you quit sniffing my card? I'm gonna have to.
I think that the best smelling business cards I've ever come across.
Yeah, so we need to hear that story of these business cards because that's come up a couple times. These extremely awesome smelling business cards that you have, Cindy. What is up with this?
They're just they're just business cards, but I get the special perfume from this guy that I have to like pull up to like a Burger King or like a gas station and get it out of his van. So I met him at
Is it like May perfume or something?
yeah, I think it's got pheromones in it. He probably I don't even want to know. But so I meet him at Eastern Market, and apparently business wasn't good enough to keep his booth, So then I like love this perfume, and people like Tommy, you like the smell of it?
I did.
See? So people like
We were gonna look it up.
now I have to like track him down. We give him the call, and then he says an hour, be here. And it's usually somewhere like off of 8 Mile. And I live right by 8 Mile. So I'm just like, okay. $10 a vial. We just roll up there and walk out. Yeah. So
The story of how she's getting it, combined with the fact that these guys like it, is not a great endorsement.
oh, there you go. You can start selling it at shows and you can sign the vials.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Our next disc, scratch and sniff. That was
What?
But we need it like macho, like smell like WD-40 or something.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because bands never have girl tees. We always have to wear the boxy ones. You can offer perfume because you don't offer girl tees.
We have in the past. We did.
Oh,
I know. It's true. We had a good fashion line going for a while, but I mean, it's down times right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
They closed the touch up on us.
Yeah.
So
That's cool, man. Next time.
There you go.
Yeah. Let's see what we can come up with. But yeah, we used to have a wide variety of fashions. Unfortunately, it just
Yeah. Well, this is something to think about. I think Cindy's onto a great idea with the selling the perfume. The essence of Slumlord. Perfect.
that will just sell dusters, like those big like leather dusters. Like some people wear them without a shirt, like just they want to name on or anything. It's justice for sale.
God.
Light and used one.
Oh my God.
That would be perfect.
Yeah, Slumlord Radio. John Claude Van Damme wore this. What was that one movie? Is it Lionheart or something? Some shit.
Yeah. Oh Lord. So guys, it's gonna wrap up with one last question, and that is, it's kind of a yes or no question. Pineapple on pizza? No pineapple on pizza. Matt's a pineapple person. Tommy? No.
You're gonna break up the band.
Not that big, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah. It's not is it like, if you see pineapple, do you do you judge Matt because of it? You're like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he likes it really makes me less of him. So you gotta expand your mind a little bit, man.
Right. So Cindy, pineapple on pizza? No pineapple. No pineapple. Darrell?
It's good on a Cuban sandwich, but on a pizza, it's a little upsetting.
So you're a pineapple judger then, basically. You're gonna.
Yeah, there's just so much.
Yeah.
There's so many better options out there.
I'm with you, man.
Oh,
There's
so
so
we're
many.
doing like a pineapple only pizza. It's just one of many toppings.
Just sauce and mozzarella on top of a pineapple rind. Yeah.
This is soft. Man.
I like pineapple.
Oh,
Just, like, why are you trying to shoehorn it onto?
I'm
You
thinking.
know, honestly, though, at 3 in the morning after a show, a little bit trash, I will eat the shit out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Take that as an endorsement right there. You all heard it.
That's time and place. You know, you got to pick your battles.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on Fans with Bands. Can't wait for some new music, and I also can't wait to actually see you guys physically in person. Because Zoom is fine, but it's great to see your faces, but it'll be better to see you guys live. So,
Sounds good, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
all right. And Cindi and Darrell, thank you so much for joining.
hey, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
I'll
See
see
you
ya.
soon.
Bye. Thanks again to Matt, Tommy, and Mike from Slumlord Radio and fans Cindi and Darrell for joining me on this episode of Fans with Bands. Go check out Slumlord Radio on White Elephant Records and be on the lookout for the new perfume, Essence of Slumlord, coming soon. See the show notes for all the details and links. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to hit subscribe on your favorite podcast service to get each and every episode of Fans with Bands. You can keep in touch by following us on social media. This is a Life in Michigan production. Until next time, be well and kick out the jams.